All right, so the first thing that I'm doing is putting just a little bit of water in here. I've already scooped a little bit out of the creek. I'm gonna go ahead and put some clay in my bucket. Nice chunky piece of clay right there. It's really hard. I'm gonna throw that in there. Get some a little bit finer, like that right there. Throw it in there. Some fine chunks right there. It's really, really tight right now. It's solid, almost like a rock, but it breaks apart whenever I put my thumb in it. And this is just the top layer. Now remember, all this clay has been soaked in the creek. If you're doing clay up on the bank, I'll do another episode for that, but it'll be much different. You'll need to let this soak in the bucket before doing this. So right now, I've got some clay, and it's the top layer. It's still pretty hard, though I can break it apart with my thumb. If you're doing it on the bank, you're not gonna be able to do that. Right now, I've got some that on the top, it's kind of solid, but we're gonna work with it. All right, that's enough for this one. All right, so I'm gonna get some more water and I'm gonna let it soak for just a bit while I get my stuff ready. And right there, I probably got about a quarter, a little over a quarter of the bucket, maybe a third of this bucket full. I'm just gonna let my clay soak in it for just a bit. All right, I let this bucket sit for about 5 minutes now. I'm going to dump a little bit of the water out because I'm getting ready to use the hose that I've made. All right, so now I got about a true fourth of a bucket here. I'm gonna take my hands and I'm going to knead the clay and break it all down as good as I can get with my hands first. A chunky piece like this that's got a good bit of rock in it needs to be broken probably with both hands. I'm not gonna be able to do it with just one hand. It's really solid, but that's where the pressure nozzle is gonna come into hand. I've got a good bit of pressure in the nozzle. I just want to break it up as much as I can with my hands, and then I'm going to hit it with the nozzle, and I'll show y'all how much that breaks it up. But yeah, you can see, look, it's almost like a rock. It's really solid. But you can see right there, some black sand that's mixed in with this clay. That's a really good sign. Get it down as much as I can with this hand. This clay's so thick that it almost broke my scoop, so. Some thick clay. Now I'm just going to start kneading it with my hands and try to get it down as much as I can. Could feel some rocks in there too. No, that's just clay. It broke apart. All right, I brought it over here because it's a little bit easier right here. As you can see, this is all clay right here. I've taken this clay from areas that I know have a good little bit of gold in them. Now this is just the top of it. I only went down about 1 inch. Take my hands and kind of work it in like that, just to get it all down. Then just run it through your fingers, just squish it through your fingers. Try to get all these little pebbles and everything out of the clay. And hopefully some gold. There's a nice chunk. I don't know if that's a rock or not. No, I think that's a rock. Turn it up a little bit. Now you can see that's turned into a milky water, and I'm gonna pour that off to where it's just the clay and just a little bit of water, and I'm gonna use my nozzle to break it up the rest of the way. I just about slipped and fell in that. Like I was close. Recommend wearing some gloves. Probably not the best gloves. I actually got better gloves at home, but that's what I got. All right, so I'm gonna pour off. I don't know if I can let y'all see this. I'm kind of in a tight spot, but I'll just show y'all doing this. Pour it off. Try to keep from pouring out my clay. Not much in there, but this is just for the purpose of this video. All right, now I'm gonna leave a little bit in there. Yeah, it's really not a lot, but it'll work for the video. See if I can get y'all a picture of this. So of course, if you're doing it, you're gonna wanna do a good bit more than this. This is just for this video, but I'm getting ready to take this. You can see it's still kind of chunky. And I'm gonna hit it with that nozzle, and I'm gonna break it down really, really fine. That way it releases all the gold inside of it. Now you can also take that nozzle, and I like to hit these sides, put my bucket right there underneath, and I just blast it with that pressure hose, and it'll chunk all of it off. But if you just have your hands, you can just use your hands. All right, so there's my bucket. I'm gonna hit it with that nozzle. I'm gonna show y'all how fine I can get this stuff. It'll turn into almost a soup. All right, try to get this down. My battery's just a little bit dead, you guys, so it's usually got a lot more pressure in this, but this will work. Just needs to churn that clay up. All right, so we got a little bit of chunk still left. I got as best as I could with my hands. And now I'm gonna break it down with this pressure hose. And I just keep turning it and hitting that clay. I can see it releasing all the black sands in it. There we go. Just get it down in there. I keep turning my bucket. Then occasionally I'm going to keep emptying out the water. There we go. Just keep turning it like that. Get it all the way down in there. Keep emptying the water out. Normally that would be all of it and I would have it down fine, but my battery is not powered fully, but it's still gonna have the same outcome. Gonna pour it down. Just keep repeating this. I can already see, I'll show you in a minute, that it's already looking much better. Much more fine. And if you have this is just for testing, but if you have a full bucket, you know, it's gonna be much easier to do this than just sit there and churn it with your hands. It's gonna take you hours to do that. With this, take about 15 minutes max. All right, so now I've got this all the way down. This clay feels almost the consistency of sand. There's still some rocks in there, but look at that. I mean, it's just like sand now, just like sand. And that's from hitting it with that pressure hose. And this makes it so much faster. You can knead this down, but it's gonna take you, if you do half a bucket, it's gonna take you hours to do that. With that pressure hose, you could do half a bucket within, I would say, like 20 to 30 minutes tops, like half a bucket of clay. So this is so much more of an efficient method. I mean, when I'm filling down there, it feels like sand. I got it down here, but I wanna get y'all a good look at it so I can show y'all what I'm talking about. Like, this was clay at first. See if I can pour it in there and get all of it out. Just keep pouring it in there. All right. We'll go ahead and stratify it a little bit. Pour that out. Look at that. That was clay, and now it's basically just sand, black sand. You can see all black sand all through there. And the amazing thing is, this creek doesn't have that much black sand in it. Like most of it, the creek where the gold is does not have much black sand. So that is a lot of black sand for this creek to be producing in its clay. And I found on this creek, the best gold is in the clay layers. So that worked like a charm. Granted, I only did about 1/10 of a bucket, but it took me about 5 minutes in total, 5 to 8 minutes, something like that. All right, let's pan this down and see what we got. Just for shits and giggles. And now that little bit of clay, we got 3 little specks. Pretty good pan. There is one right there, and then there is a smaller piece right there. So you can get that smaller piece. Right there she is. 1, 2, 3 little specks. And that's it, you guys. But I would highly recommend making yourself one of these nozzles. If you break up a lot of clay layers, then this is the idea for you. Like I said, you could spend 2 hours breaking up half a bucket of clay, or you could spend 20 to 30 minutes breaking up half a bucket of clay. You just knead it down with your hands pretty good, and then you hit it with that high pressure hose, and it breaks all that stuff down, turns it into, you know, basically sand, right? And there you go. I mean, that's what it looks like when I pan down in this creek where there's no clay. So that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please, if you could, smash the like and subscribe button and turn on notifications. That way you guys get notified for all my future videos. And thank you so much for watching to the end.